speaking of prepayment, the book makes this really attractive claim, like you can actually get people to pay for your product before you even build it.
Yep.
And before you spend time and money on doing that. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this because, you know, even though we're like sitting in Silicon Valley, it's really hard to raise capital for your idea. Just get investment of any sort, whether it's angel, VC, like the guy next door, whatever. And so one of the things that I always like to push is to basically get people to like fund your idea, right? Similar to what Ben's saying, like get people to pay for you to build the features. So I actually tried this tactic with BusyBee in that I wanted to have revenue, I just wanted to be revenue positive from like day one. And so the tactic to do that is to really sit down with an initial group of customers, like let's just say like 5, right? And really dig in and have them give you a good sense of like, what are the pain points they're experiencing? What do they want? Like what's a positive outcome they want to experience, and then just go through and really understand how you can create a set of benefits, not features, but a set of benefits, and then say like, look, if we can deliver all these, you know, let's just say 3 benefits, you'll agree to pay us X amount of dollars, right? And that can be, for me, it was like $27 a month was the initial price point. And truthfully, like that's what resonates with people, right? What happens too often is we get caught up in these like, oh, we need to build feature X or Y or Z, and we just end up commoditizing our products against our competitors. But if you go down that benefit model, then people are like, oh yes, I need a way to like track my yoga students. I need a way to like get paid on time. I need like a simple solution that I don't have to train my employees on. And then they're like, yeah, that's worth like X amount of dollars to me. And sometimes you even hold them accountable, right? You're like, how much would this be worth to you? Like, how much money would you save? So a simple question I asked my early customers was like, what's the price of getting one customer who's expired to pay back their membership? And they had something like around $30 to $50. So I was like, great, it's going to be, you know, $27 a month. And they're like, yeah, that makes sense. Right? So it's a really simple way to get people to prepay. But I think a lot of times people feel like, oh, I can't do this because I don't have anything to show for. And that's why one of the tactics I talk about is like, there's so much inherent in our market today. There's a precedence for prepaying, right? We prepay for so many products. We prepay on Amazon. We prepay for books that haven't released yet. You know, and so just carrying that out, you can apply it to software products as well. But the key is you've got to think about what are the benefits that you're giving to customers, and really lay it out in super simple terms for them to understand. And then you can start to like fund your company that way and start to see revenue. But when we go down like this feature model, or for like, you know, let's just go free and let's grow, then you're basically operating at a loss for multiple months, sometimes years. And truthfully, you know, it's not sustainable. One, for yourself, but two, like you never get good validation on what are people willing to pay for and what are they not willing to pay for. Mm-hmm. So I always like to even get a little bit of pushback, like, ooh, that's a little high, or ooh, like if I was looking, you know, to pay nothing, then you're like, okay, you're not a customer, yeah. Right? So I think it's good to get into the habit of just asking people up front, like, you know, pay for this.
Mm-hmm. Ben, you kind of did the opposite with Olark, right? I mean,
yeah.
it was free for a few years, and then you started charging. So how did you get that validation that you needed to keep going? And
yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, I think for us, we were very much like product first, not like revenue first with Olark at the very beginning. At the very beginning, it was just kind of like, man, can we build something that solves a need for people and get them to use it? And if they use it, I bet we can convince them to pay us for it. Because there's a lot of other companies out there in the market that charge money for this, and I think that we could probably successfully charge money for it too. So my validation was coming more from usage patterns and looking at the analytics to see like, oh, well, people are installing this, they're putting it on their website, and they're having chats. So from my perspective, engagement is another like very valuable tool to know whether people are actually using a product or not. And then certainly down the line, you can look at your engagement and figure out like maybe where is the line of engagement where you think people might be willing to pay. So what we noticed is once we had this big group of free users, is that once people are having about 20 chats a month, they tended to sort of stick around, have like more chats the next month. They had sort of adopted the product. And so in our free product, we put a limitation that once you hit 20 chats, we'll start nagging you and telling you to upgrade to a premium plan. And so sometimes having all that data from free users can help motivate what you're doing to get people to pay you. Another benefit that we had was by virtue of having this free product, we were installed on a lot of websites, and people would go see Olark on a website and be like, "Oh, that's cool. I want that for my website too," or have a good experience, asking a question, and they'd come to us too. So part of that free product for us was a way of sort of, in a way, getting people to advertise for us. So it helped our growth. And throughout Olark's history, we really have not spent a lot of money on paid acquisition because instead we sort of spend our money on having really, really good customer service so that people who use our software have a very good experience and are interested in talking to their friends about that experience too. And making sure there's a lot of Olark chat boxes on a lot of websites. And I think many startups start off using our software. And I think the fact that when new people start startups, they often go look at a bunch of other startups in the space and they see Olark on those websites. So that helps us out a lot too.